Welcome everyone, welcome to another StarSeed Wider Circle. So every week we have a support group on Zoom, which has really become a soul family, and I wanted to be able to reach more StarSeeds. We have a script, we have a reading from StarSeed sources, and then we have sharing time where we get to share our stories and our struggles, and the introduction will explain a bit more. And if we can build a community with this podcast, then hopefully we can put on more Zooms just to reach all those starseeds who are aware of the planetary liberation and are struggling or simply just need connection, or just for whatever crazy reason find listening to my voice once a week is just, I don't know. They get to make a cup of tea for themselves, listen to my voice, and just feel like they're not alone. All right, everyone. So we're going to dive into the script so you can get a flavour of what StarSeed Circle is. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to StarSeed Circle. Before we begin, let me introduce myself and introduce Circle. My name is Liz. I live in the UK and I'm a starseed. We starseeds came as an army of light bearers to assist in the liberation of Earth from the dark forces. We could not have signed up for a tougher mission. The past decades have been especially dark, and many of us are feeling isolated and exhausted, our missions thwarted. Some of us fear we won't make it through liberation. I don't want to lose any more starseeds to feelings of hopelessness, despair, and feeling all alone. So what is the answer to our struggle? How can we support each other and get over the finish line of the great liberation? StarSeed Circle is a place we can gather together and share our feelings, our struggles, our experiences, and our hope. We need each other more than ever, as the divide between starseeds and the sleeping masses seems ever wider. The darkness before the dawn is at its darkest. StarSeed Circle does not replace doing our inner work or seeing a therapist or a healer we trust, but it does potentially fill the void of aloneness, making the other challenges of liberation that much easier. If we are each willing to show up as our true selves, with love and compassion for each other, we can create a harmony and unity to sustain us and refuel our inner light. You may be thinking, I'm not sure I belong here, I've not suffered enough. Or you have suffered so much you can't even begin to share. If you identify as a starseed with awareness of the great liberation of Earth from dark forces, and you are in need of connection, you are welcome here. There is no obligation to share if you prefer to just listen. Imagine we are gathered together around a campfire in sister and brotherhood. We sit by the fire and tell the stories of our lives. We tell of what pains us and feel held by our brothers and sisters knowing how we feel. We share our hopes and our visions, our dreams that most people would think are crazy. But we are amongst friends here, with no limit to our imaginations, with our memories returning of lives lived all across the cosmos. Welcome home, beloved starseeds. Welcome home. Now next, in a Zoom circle, we would have the guidelines to sharing, as it is a deeply intimate space, emotionally intimate, and we like to keep our boundaries and keep it as safe as possible. In our podcast, we will move straight on to a quick meditation to sync up our energies and bring in protection. So for all those listening who would like to join me, and whether you are here, past, present, future, beginning with taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And this time taking a deep breath in, breathing in brilliant white light into every cell of your being. And as you release and exhale, letting go of any tension, any dis-ease, any stress, any worry, just settling into your space and into listening to my voice. As we take another deep breath in, breathing in the brilliant white light, filling your being. And this time on the exhale, releasing and also breathing out the brilliant white light. Continuing to breathe consciously, whether you need more deep inhales or settling back into gentler breathing. As we begin to imagine coming together in our circle. Your fellow starseeds with their own brilliant, unique, dazzling light, the light of their souls, coming into the circle with you. Imagining sitting comfortably in the circle just as you're sat comfortably right where you are. And through the center of our starseed circle is a pillar of brilliant white light, descending from authentic source, through our circle and down into the core of Gaia. Taking a moment to familiarize yourself with this beautiful light. Continuing to breathe consciously, gently. And now visualizing the brilliant, authentic violet flame descending through the pillar of light and rushing with such vibrancy all around our circle and through your being. The brilliant violet flame filling our space, authentic violet flame. We ask you to protect us from all darkness, physical and non-physical, and any negativity for the duration of our circle and beyond. Thank you. And as you keep in your mind's eye the violet flame all around, and the pillar of brilliant white light in the center, and all your starseed brethren sitting in the circle with you, past, present, future. And at this time, if you'd like to call in any guides and receive the sense of them moving into the circle with you, the guides that love you, protect you. And as the light in our circle space changes and fills as all of these guides grace us with their presence, magnifying, expanding light. And taking a moment to call in our higher selves, authentic, beloved higher selves, please be here with us. And please make this circle the best medicine it can be. Taking a final deep inhale. And a final deep exhale in this meditation. Thank you everyone for joining me, for bringing your energy to set our space so beautifully. You may wish to stay in meditative state as we move into the reading, or to be alert and awake and always conscious of what you are digesting. Today's reading is another reading from the novel Ocean of Love by Helios Alloy. We have 4 heroes in the story who are returning home to their home planet of Holon with their soul families. Their missions on Earth are complete. Here is an excerpt. Gazing at the magnificent blue planet of Holon, Lenos' soul swooned in delight. He was on a starship with his beloved twin flame, Aloe, who happily squeezed his hands and looked out of the ship's window at the star so dear to their hearts. They had succeeded. It was over. They had returned after so much time, and true happiness was waiting for them. "We are back home," Vinu cried tearfully. "I can't believe it. We earned it. We've done it. The earth is free, and we have overcome the darkness in the universe. Can you believe it?" "The things we've been through," Lan added, and the 4 looked at each other alternatively, and then Lenos stood up and spoke softly. "I want to thank all of you for being with me, helping and supporting me again and again, my friends. Without you, I would have been lost in oblivion. Thank you." Lenos smiled at the thought of the many lifetimes on Earth that he had spent with Vinu and Lan, then bowed with his palm on his chest before them. "As we would have without you, Lenos. We overcame it together. Only with each other was it possible," Lan nodded. Laughingly patted Lenos on the shoulder, then gestured to Vinu, and they all joined in a group hug. "I love you. I love you too," they all declared to each other. Then the ship arrived, and as they exited the vehicle excitedly, they found themselves in a wonderful crowd of celebrating, wailing and laughing people. To return to the land of Holon and feel at home was better than anything Lenos could have imagined. The Holonians celebrated the extraordinary heroes with lights, colours and wonderful music at their successful return home from their cosmic mission. Everyone danced, sang, hugged and celebrated. Lenos looked around at his loved ones, his family and his friends. They all felt the same vibrant oneness, eternal happiness and love. Then Lenos looked up at the stars and was astonished to see how the galactic light network was being formed to soon encompass the entire universe, and the ancient galactic prophecy would be completed, and the entire universe would become one light. Then Lenos saw the ocean, his ocean, the vibrating ocean of love, and easily splashed into it with his entire soul family, laughing, cheering, and celebrating. And as the glittering waters of the whole ocean became one with them, Lenos knew he had come home to oneness forever. That is taken from the book Ocean of Love, all copyright to Aloe Helios. Thank you everyone for listening to the reading today. So next we would move into sharing time, and I will offer up a share of my own. You're very welcome to share in the comments. Please remember this is an open platform, but it's just wonderful to hear your stories and how we are. My share today. Okay, let's dive in. My nervous system is a bit through the roof, and I'm scared. It's good to say that out loud. I'm really scared. I'm scared of a very stressful few months coming up, and it's going to completely knock me out because my health is very sensitive, and I don't want to go back to hell yet again. I just don't make me. So that's the fear. That's the part of me in fear. Oh boy, so I'm kind of wired and stressy, and my body feels like, there's way too much electricity going through it. And I'm just trying to breathe and just trying to be with the feelings, be with these little scared parts of me. The reason I'm scared, it's good reason actually. So, so in my life, I wish my higher self could just be like, Liz, just go over there. There's your solution. Over there. Just there. It's very gently. Just a little gentle nudge on the shoulder. Instead, there's like these massive implosions. And then I'm like, oh, that's the solution. Oh, it was there. Oh, okay. Thank you. Did we have to have the explosion? Oh, anyway, what do I mean? So my home life has been very tricky for a very long time, and I've been trying to improve it, and it's improved in some ways. The last 3 years, 5 months, I wish I had the days and the hours as well, because then it could be like, this has been so bad. I've logged every hour of this. No, 3 years, 5 months of just a very difficult living situation where I'm in so much stress, and there's so much noise, and it's just been devastating on an already traumatized little self, traumatized body, traumatized mind, that even my home was not peaceful. And actually, I've not had a peaceful home way before that. But this, when I read a lovely thing just yesterday, I think, the sacred ones, the ones of the light, you'll know them by their bruises. They're the ones who are going to have missing teeth, because they've been in it. They've been in this war. If you're really holding the light, holy moly, you're going to be battered and bruised. And that's been me. And very well, the battered and bruised bit anyway. And as soon as I was starting to get really battered and bruised with my missions and circumstances, then circumstances spiral. I couldn't fit into the matrix anymore. I couldn't earn money. I couldn't function. And then it just spirals. So the last few years have been a process of trying to spiral up again, using almost spiritual tools, having to really shift the focus from missions to myself. And I think ideally I just would have been retired a few years ago, would have been sent off to a ship for healing, but that wasn't an option. So trying to spiral myself back up, and it's been very slow. And I finally have the opportunity to be in a peaceful home. And when I say that out loud, my whole body just kind of goes, oh, my whole body. Parts of my body I've not even felt for ages just goes, home. And I didn't realise this is so sweet. It ties in so nicely with the reading. Going home. Going home. And it's funny because I can tap into that feeling a little bit, but I'm also aware that when it actually happens, it'll be so much bigger. My perspective has been so skewed from all these lifetimes on Earth of what home even feels like, and I'm still only feeling a tiny fraction of it. And I love in the reading, there's the 4 characters, and they're going to have each other still. They're going home to their home planet, and they still have each other to reminisce and go, that was unbelievably tough on Earth. That was soul-bending, mind-bending, just for that camaraderie and continued healing. And then with their soul families, when I imagine being with my soul family, my galactic family, just the ease of communication and just being able to love without any barriers at all. And there's no triggers. No one's got any triggers anymore, because we're all just in such a good place. We're our real selves, just flowing with love, and the softness and the playfulness that comes out of us all, and that ease. And that when you've met someone from your soul family, and that beautiful feeling of like, we are from the same planet. We just communicate so easily. And you just get to relax, and you know that everything you say is going to be understood, and until you don't even need to say anything anymore. Light forces, speed along this liberation. We all desperately need to go home. Yeah. Thank you for listening to my share today, everyone. I'm trying to think back to when we did this reading in the actual circle, and I remember some shares were from StarSeeds who had just felt so removed from any idea of actually being able to return home, and really needing to share the grief of that and the detachment, and they were in survival mode. So it was just an impossible leap for them at that time. They had to just focus on their survival. And other shares were of starseeds, regularly going up to ships in meditations, meeting galactic family, sort of daily meditations, which was just so beautiful. Some starseeds with no memories at all of home planet, but just a knowing, and other starseeds with quite detailed memories and knowing of where they're from. So after the shares, we move into the healing meditation. So for those that would like to join me, we draw on themes from what's been shared during the circle. So once again, sitting comfortably right where you are and taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Taking another deep breath in and just sitting with everything that you've heard today, and a deep breath out, letting go. And breathing, continuing in a conscious way. As we settle into what the meditation wants to be on this Friday. As we imagine sitting together in our circle, aware of the pillar of brilliant white light through the centre of our circle. And perhaps, and you can have your own meditation whilst we do this. Please follow your own guidance, or you can join in with what I am seeing. In the pillar of brilliant white light, I'm seeing all of beautiful Gaia. And as we continue to breathe consciously and relaxing and letting go through our body, just sitting gently with the beautiful jewel that is Gaia. Surrounded by the white light. And surrounding ourselves in the white light. And as we continue to breathe consciously, staying in touch with our hearts. The higher heart that has the capacity to hold anything. And as we sit with this image or this knowing of Gaia in the center, in the white light, and ourselves surrounded in white light and in touch with our higher hearts, just bringing up the idea of home. Perhaps you see the word in front of you. And where does thoughts and feelings about the word home, where does it take you? Perhaps there are difficult feelings. There might be grief and longing, that soul ache. And just gently breathing into all of those feelings. You might feel nothing but joy and recognition and relief. Or perhaps you feel all of these things at once, just gently breathing into these feelings. As we keep in mind each other in the circle, ourselves in the brilliant white light, and beautiful Gaia in the white flame in front of us. Imagining our sense of home. Imagining Gaia's sense of home. Of where and who she is in the universe, in the multiverse. Who she is connected to, all of her family. As we too are Gaia's family. And allowing ourselves as fully as we can to step into the homecoming. When Gaia is completely freed. And if this is a stretch too far, just staying right where you are with what you need today. Just making this moment a little bit more easeful, sitting with any grief. And for those who can stretch a little further today, and on behalf of everyone else, moving fully into the sense of homecoming, of Gaia free, of choosing where you go next. Do you go home to your planet? Are you staying with Earth to see humanity thrive and bring that sense of homecoming to Earth? Are you visiting your home planet for a while before returning to the new, beautiful golden age on Earth? And maybe you don't know, and that's okay too. We can draw in this sense of homecoming deep into our hearts, of being with soul family who know us, who are so easy to communicate with, as though we can read each other's minds until words are no longer needed, and the huge sense of relief and relaxation that brings to a level we've never felt before. We truly experience the oneness, completely held and supported by everyone around us, just as we are holding and supportive of them. And taking a deep breath in and a deep exhale. And setting a gentle intention to keep this sense of homecoming, of being at home in ourselves, in our bodies, and where we are. Keeping that secreted away in our hearts as the liberation continues to unfold. And that sense of homecoming able to grow and grow from that secret place in our hearts, to begin to be really and deeply reflected in our outer life on Earth, as everything starts to look more like our home planets, where beauty is restored on Earth, where sense and nature and everything that is natural is restored, where systems make sense, where everything is geared towards supporting and loving and the natural organic growth of every human and every being on the planet. Growth as expression of their soul. And taking one more deep breath in, filling your being with brilliant white light, and a deep breath out. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in this healing meditation today. I will now move into wrapping up our circle. Sharing and listening in circle can trigger memories and emotional responses. So please take care of yourselves after circle, and whether you're in a Zoom or you're sharing in the comments in the podcast. So next, before we close circle, some quick reminders. So normally we would state again that everything shared in circle is confidential. Obviously we're in an open platform where that doesn't quite work. So do be discerning with what you share in the comments and protecting your identities. So please join us again. The more we spend time together, the more opportunity for Circle to impact our lives and our well-being. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your fellow StarSeeds. Until we meet again, may God and Goddess be with you.